Hey there friends, Nibs again, out here at the range today. Do a little bit of goofing around. It is actually a pretty nice day up here in upstate New York, middle of January. It is not raining, it's not snowing, it's above freezing, and there's almost no wind at all. So I figured it'd be a great day to get out and do a couple of challenge targets, do a little bit of plinking. And what we're going to be doing here is Mike over at Minnesota Shooting Sports has proposed another iron sight challenge, which you guys know I love shooting my iron sights. And but this target he's put up is a bit challenging for iron sights at 50 yards. But he has put together this target with 5 bullseyes on it, and I've printed it in both color and in grayscale. I tried it already in grayscale with another rifle, and it's hard to see both ways. I've put this one I'm going to try with the color. It's tough to make out those individual little bullseyes at that distance with iron sights. But the gun we're going to be doing, the rifle we're going to be doing the challenge with in this video is one of my favorite guns, literally one of my favorite guns of my whole collection. I've had this one for several years now, and if I had to start selling off guns, this would be one of the last handful that would ever get sold for sure. This one is, the mag is empty, the bolt is open. This one is a very, very early Winchester 52 Pre-A. Has the original ladder sights on there. It does have a very, very old Lyman 17 globe up front. I do have the original shark fin sight for that as well. If you want to see a real detailed breakdown of this rifle and see the other accessories that I have for it, I do have a video of this a couple years ago where I showed all of that stuff. It's packed away, and it's actually in the gun sock that I store this in. And it's but it's the tin has the original 17A tin with the little tin with all of the box that the 17A globe came in, with a little tin with the other inserts. And I actually was able to put a date on that insert to back into the 20s as well, for that globe. So using that paperwork from the box from the Lyman sight. So that's pretty cool. So that Lyman sight's been on this gun probably pretty much since it's brand new, if not since it was brand new. This gun, per the serial number, dates to March 29th of 1920. There's a Winchester 52 book, and I don't have that. I really would like to find one of those one day, but I gave the serial number to a friend who does have that, and they have some detailed production numbers inside that book for when the 52s were made, especially the early production. And this serial number, he was able to specifically date it to March 29th of 1920. So I like a gun that I can actually tell what year it was made. You know, most of the Remingtons you can date to a month and a year, but it's really cool when you can date it that close to an exact day when it was made. So let's go ahead. I need to bring it up just a little bit, I think. There they are. Yeah, I can see them. You know, they're not impossible to make out. I did shoot at a couple little splatter bursts that are about the same size as those while I was making sure this was sighted in, and did pretty good. Even though it's got a magazine, I'm gonna single load this guy just for. This one does cock on close, like old guns, a lot of them did. Let's go ahead and See what we can do. This was set up for 100-yard shooting, so I had to do a good bit of sighting in with it before I started the video up. Is that dead right in the bullseye? Holy smokes. Probably not a 10 though. So this the scoring on this is worst edge scoring. So if you crack the line, and those 10 rings are barely bigger than a 22 bullet, so I don't think there's going to be many people getting hundreds on this. If anybody does, I'll probably call you a cheater, but not to your face. All right, let's see. There it is again. Man, this thing has a nice trigger. Ha! Holy smokes. It's almost a shame, but this gun, so the first couple years, or first year or so of 52 production, they did not drill and tap these from the factory for any kind of optics. This one is not drilled and tapped, so I would never tap it, but it's a shame because this is such a good shooting gun. All right, that looks like an 8. Doing good so far. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and run with it. Not spend a lot of time looking through the peep sight. Might check once or twice, but all right. Yeah, I kind of wish it had drilled and tapped for a scope, but just so I could really see how well it would do. I'm going to upper right, by the way. So we do 2 shots on each bull. And I'll check each one as I do each one. Let's see. Ooh, got a 0 there. Aye. Not good. Not sure what happened there. That makes me unhappy. I might have to do this again. I have another colored target. I have another gray target. All right. Looks like a 9 and a 5. Yeah, that's a bummer. I got enough ammo and I got enough targets. We'll just keep shooting until we do better. All right, lower left. There it is. Lower left again. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. All right, those ones were low, but not zeros. So it looks like maybe a 6 and a 5. All right, center target. I'm going to throw up another. I'll throw up another target and we'll run through this one more time. All right, center. I'm going to try the gray one with this gun because I think I like the sighting in on the grays better than the. All right, there's the center one. Basically, all I can see down there is that little red dot, and it's very tough to discern. We'll see if we do any better with the gray. Alright. No zeros. Alright, let me throw up this. We'll score them both up. We'll get them both scored up and tart ready to go at the end. Stand by. Alrighty, I'm back. I have my grayscale target down there. That first shot is every bit a 10, so I'm taking that 10. I'm going to be proud of that 10. There's not going to be many 10s on that on this target, so let's go ahead and keep going. See if I can see these any better. Maybe. Upper left. Oh man. So that brings up the question. So if we hit on the outer 5 ring, does that count? Is that a 0? Or does that still count as 5? Mike's going to have to let us know about that because I guess worst edge scoring, it should be a 0, right? All right, that one's a good scoring hit. All right, upper right. Looks like 6 o'clock. Probably a 6. Maybe a 9. All right, lower right. All right. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. All right, last shot on that bull. I can't tell. Maybe same Same spot as the other one. All right, lower left. Punch another one in the center. Looks like it. That would be nice to get another 10. We'll just keep all the 10s and throw everything else out. All right, lower left again. $11. All right, center bullseye. That one's hard to make out. All right, looks like a 5. Maybe a 7. All right, let me go grab that target. I'll add both of these up, and we'll see how we did. I'm going to count that one as a 5 unless Mike tells me that it's a 0. So stand by. All righty, I am back, and on that second one, I did break the line, the outer line, but I did count that as a 5. If Mike wants to count that as 0, we'll let him figure that out. But here's the first target for starters. That center one definitely punches as does not crack the line, so we're going to count that one as a 10. So I got an 8 and a 10. 18. Got a 0 on the next bullseye and a 6, so that's only a 6. Lower right is a 5 and a 9, so 14. Lower left is 2 10s or 2 5s, so 10, and then a 5 and a 7 for 12, for a respectable 60, I think, on that one. So now the next one, the upper left, I got a 7, and I counted that as a 5. We'll let Mike figure that out. I got a 9 and a 5 for a 14, and I got a 7 and an 8 for a 15. And then I did punch another 10. That is another 10. Did not crack the 9 ring, or the outer 10 of the 10 ring. So I got a 6 and a 10 for a 16, and then a 7 and a 5 for a 12. For if that 5 does count, I got a 69. If not, I got a 64. So I did improve on that one. So really pretty cool. I'll submit these targets over to Mike and let him put those on the leaderboard as he sees fit. So really pretty cool. Getting out with the old Winchester. Love shooting this guy. I'd like taking it out several times a year and shooting it. So getting it out in January is getting out ahead of the game. So hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.